All right, it is week 3 after the Huskers have played. It is Monday, so we're going to talk about the Husker game. They played Northern Iowa Panthers this weekend. They played them in Lincoln once again for our 3rd straight home game. Okay, we ended up winning that game 34-3, but Northern Iowa, they're pretty good at the run game. They held the ball in the first quarter for 12 straight minutes almost. Okay, so it was a tough one in the first half, but the Huskers pulled it together in the second half and came out with the what? The W. Good. So now we have how many wins and how many losses?
3 wins and 0 losses.
Very good. We are 3-0. We are currently ranked 22nd in the nation. So we're the 22nd best team in the nation. Okay? Our man Dylan Raiola, he threw for 243 yards. Or 247 yards. Okay? That is how many passing yards he had. He threw the ball 23 times, and out of those 23 times, he completed 17 of them. That's almost 70%. That is very, very good for a freshman, and he's getting a lot of praise from the media because of it. So, our man's doing pretty well. Okay? So, the first 2 games, he had how many total yards? Raise your hand, please. How many total yards did he have, Bailey? 423, very good. So that's the first game plus the second game. So you have 423. How many passing yards did he have left to get to our goal of 2,500, Kyra? 2,077 left to get to our goal. Okay? So if we added the first 2 weeks together and got 423, and we want to know how many total passing yards he has now in week 3, what would we do? What numbers would we use? Sawyer.
2,077 minus 247.
So is that going to tell us how much we have total or how much we have left?
How much we have left?
Yeah, so let's hear the question first one more time. So that's correct for how much we have left. But I asked first, how many total passing yards do we have this year, Mr. Raiola? I shouldn't say we, Mr. Raiola has. KC, so what numbers will we use to find that out?
247 and 423.
Very good. So are we going to add or subtract those numbers?
Add.
Add. Okay, so my bigger number always goes on top. Doesn't have to, but in this case, it's just good practice. Okay? Plus, you told me in week 3 he threw for 247 yards. Okay, so now I start here on the right. Do I subtract or anything?
No.
No, because you told me we are in addition. Very good. So 3 plus 7 is what? 10. Very good. Do I write 10?
No.
No, I have a group of 10, so I put 1 at the top. Okay, carry it over. 2 plus 4 first is what?
6.
6 plus 1 more.
7.
Very good. Do I have to carry anything over that time?
No.
No, because I didn't get a group of 10. So now I just do 4 plus 2 is what?
6.
6. Very good. So how many passing yards does Mr. Raiola have on the season? Riker?
670.
670. That will tell us our total amount of yards he has this year. Okay, so we added all of the weeks together. We just chunked it from week 1 and 2, and then we added this week. So next week, we're going to chunk all 3 of these together, and hopefully he has about 500 passing yards there when the Fighting Illini come to town. So, how many total yards does he have so far? You said is what?
670.
670. Very good. So now we need to find out how many total yards he has left to reach our goal. Okay, so how would we do that? Oak.
You subtract 670 to 2,077.
So that's what most people would say. So he said, I'm going to subtract 2,077 minus how much he has right now. Okay? So this, how much we have left is actually based off week to week. So this was the first 2 weeks. So now we just need to go week 3. So, he has 2,077 for the first 2 weeks left. So now we need to subtract it by what? 247. Does that kind of make sense? It's a little bit confusing, but as we get more games, it'll start to make more sense. So how many he has left? We're just going to take this number minus how much he had that week. Okay? So Oak, you told me it was 2,077. You said to do what? Subtract. Good. Minus how many? 247. How much he got that week. Okay? So, what is 7 minus 7?
0.
0. Very good. What is 7 minus 4?
3.
3. What is 0 minus 2? No?
You can't do that.
You cannot do that. Why can't you do that? Kennedy.
Because there's a smaller number on top of a bigger
Good.
number.
Our smaller number's on the top, so that means we have to do what to the next door neighbor?
Borrow.
Borrow. Very good. So I'm going to change that 2 to a 1. What will I change this 0 to?
10.
10. Very good. Now I'm ready to rock and roll. What's 10 minus 2?
8.
8. Good. Drop down my comma. Drop down my 1. Because 1 minus, if there's nothing there, you just drop it down. So, how many total passing yards does he have left to reach our goal of 2,500, Nolan?
1,830.
1,830. Very good. Very good. Okay, so remember we talked the total yards is adding and chunking these weeks together. To find how much he has left is to subtract what we have now from the week of. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So next week we're going to take 1,830 minus hopefully about 500. Hopefully he throws 7 touchdowns, no interceptions, and like 6 just really good touchdown passes. I know I said that twice. But I'm really looking forward to that game because Illinois is our 400th consecutive sellout at Memorial Stadium, which means that stadium has had a ticket sold for every seat for 400 straight games. Don't quote me, but I think that goes back to like 1970, maybe even earlier. I can't remember off of the top of my head. But this game is played on Friday. So when us as the Wildcats are playing our game, they'll be playing their game as well. So you'll have to tune into both if you're able to. So that's on Friday night, and that is also at home. Makes 4 home games in a row. Okay? So that is our practice and review of multi-digit addition and subtraction. So the Huskers are 3-0. So I'm going to say go big, and you say red. 1, 2, ready. Go big.
Red.
There we go. Good job.
Subscribe.